Good morning, everyone. Today is a special day. And what makes today special is that we have among us a person who we all love and look up to, Mrs. Sudha Murthy. Mrs. Murthy doesn't need any introduction, but I'm sure we all would like to know a bit about her. Mrs. Sudha Murthy was born in 1950 in Shigaon, Haveri district in North Karnataka. She completed her engineering from BBB College of Engineering, obtained the first rank across all branches, and received a gold medal from the Institute of Engineers. She did her ME from Indian Institute of Science with distinction and started her career as an engineer with Telco, now Tata Motors. Today, she is the chairperson of Infosys Foundation and has handled 16 national disasters in the last 24 years. She studied in Kannada medium school till the 10th standard and fell in love with the language. She also strongly believes in creating awareness for social causes and has passionately traveled the world for this purpose, including universities and gatherings in USA, Colombia, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, New Zealand, Australia, England, Thailand, Vietnam, China, Tibet, and Singapore. A prolific writer in English and Kannada, her books have been translated into all major Indian languages and have sold over 30 lakh copies around the country. She's a columnist for English and Kannada dailies with 30 books and more than 200 titles to her credit, including novels, nonfiction, children's books, travelogues, technical books, and memoirs. She has also received 9 honorary doctorates. Some of her awards include the R. K. Narayan Award for Literature, the Padma Shri in 2006, the Atimabe Award from the Government of Karnataka for Excellence in Kannada Literature in 2011, the Lifetime Achievement by Crossword Book Awards in 2018, and more recently, the Lal Bahadur Shastri National Award for Excellence in 2020. She lives by the belief that generosity of a few is hope for millions. A very hearty welcome to you, ma'am, for joining us today. Mrs. Murthy will be in conversation with Mrs. Rakhi Mukherjee today, principal of Utpal Shangvi Global School. Mrs. Rakhi Mukherjee is an educationist since the last 22 years. She is currently the principal at Utpal Shangvi Global School and PPS International Junior College, an institution in which she stepped in as a teacher in the primary section. Mrs. Rakhi Mukherjee currently also sits on the Cambridge International Education Advisory Board, Cambridge, UK, representing the Cambridge International community of 600 schools in South Asia. Mrs. Mukherjee currently is also the secretary of members of International Schools Association, MISA. MISA has 76 Cambridge International member schools across India and empowers teachers and school leaders to provide world-class education in India. She was among the 25 principals to receive the Iconic Leadership Award in the presence of Sri Bhagat Singh Koshyari, Honorable Governor of Maharashtra, in September 2020. In the year 2000, Mrs. Mukherjee, along with a team of students, represented Utpal Shangvi to receive the first Computer Literacy Award for schools awarded by the then President of India, Sri APJ Abdul Kalam, in Delhi. She was also instrumental in establishing a virtual library with online study resources and enriched home assignments for students. An inspiring and charismatic leader, Mrs. Rakhi Mukherjee has been a panelist in various discussion forums, such as the 15th World Education Summit, India's biggest event on education, the COVID impact on the social, emotional, and academic mindset of our students, conducted by Council for Fair Business Practices, CFFB, among various others. A very warm welcome to you, Mrs. Mukherjee. And today we will be talking about a very special guest, and that is Gopi Murthy. Born on November 27, 2018, Gopi is a teenage golden retriever. He loves going for long walks and finding new friends to play with. This handsome dog enjoys chasing cats and crows in his garden and getting pampered with food and love by his family. He lives in Bangalore with his Ajja, Aji, Tachi Aji, Appa, and Amma. So very warm welcome to all of you today. And the floor is all yours, Mrs. Murthy and Mrs. Mukherjee.
Bye. 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 The floor is yours, Ms. Raki.
Yeah.
Ma'am, you are mute. If you could, yeah.
Mrs. Murthy, what an honor. It's such an amazing morning for me, my student, my teachers, and my parent community, including the others as well who have joined us. Ma'am, your book acts like a comfort food, striking an emotional chord, like in The Mother I Never Knew, or the bold narrative, like the 3000 Stitches, stories that are drawn from your real life experiences. Mahashweta, inspiring story of courage. Your value-based stories like The Day I Stopped Drinking Milk, How I Taught My Grandmother to Read, and other stories. What is unique in your writings, which my students also have shared with me, that the reader falls in love with the characters, whether it's Bakula or Gopi. Readers relate to Noni, the city girl who comes to spend her summer holidays with her grandparents. Gopi is such a lovable protagonist of the novel. Gopi's presence in your life, ma'am, I'm sure is such a blessing. My very humble query to you is how important is it to have a real life experience for a writer to translate those experiences in their novel?
Good morning to everyone. And Gopi's book is not a novel, it's a real life story. Gopi is my dog, a golden retriever dog, who is 2 years old. And he came to our house. He was actually my son's dog. But when he went abroad, he came to me, and now he has become my dog. And I was just thinking, if we always look at the dog and say the dog sleeps here, the dog looks like that. Suppose I myself, I'm a dog. And how do I look human beings? So I became Gopi and wrote his emotions in the first-hand information. Gopi talking to others in his language, or through him. Like Gopi calls me Aji. Aji means grandma. And how Gopi eats, how Gopi gets scared, goes to hospital, and how Mr. Narayan Murthy was so scared of dog. He became so different after Gopi's stay in our house for 1 year. So this is the way how I have written the novel. The actual book, sorry, not novel, it's a book. Actual novels are Mahashweta, Gently Falls Bakula, Dollar Bahu, House of Cards. Sorry. Mother I Never Knew, all are novels that I have taken 2 to 3 years to write. Whereas I have to imagine, make a structure and write. Whereas Gopi has taken three hours for me to write. The first book, Gopi Coming Home, took 3 hours. Gopi Finding Love took maybe 4 or 5 hours. That's all.
So the experiences are very, very relatable. That's what you were trying to say, ma'am. And that's my student community needs to make a strong note of it. You need to be very, very observant. You need to relate to the main character of your novel and then take it forward. Ma'am, I quote you, perseverance and courage is the key to success. Limitation is only in your imagination, unquote. Would you throw some light on this perspective to the student community who's eagerly listening to you?
Do you have a co-ed school or only girls' school or boys' school?
It's a co-ed school.
Okay, then depending on that, I will tell you. When I was a young girl like you, I grew up in a middle-class family in a smaller town known as Hubli. And, from the beginning, I always believed, as long as it is, you are ethically and morally right, you should not get scared. I never used to get scared. And keep your mind open in case somebody scolds you. Don't get upset. It's okay. Today, you people have become so sensitive, and your parents have become super sensitive. I have seen in some houses where the child asks for a mobile and the parents can't afford, or sometimes they don't want to give, the child gets depressed. That is not true. Please remember, in life you have so many things you don't get it. And what you want, if you should get it immediately, is not correct also. And you should be bold in a proper way. For example, I used to ask a lot of questions if I don't understand. In olden days, people never used to like it, but I used to ask questions. Teacher, I don't understand this. Will you explain to me? Let anybody laugh at me. I never used to bother. But if I don't understand, then I must ask question. And again, number two, I used to understand the subject than by hearting or doing it for mark's sake. If you understand, you have to read because you have to understand. When you understand, then you enjoy it much more. This is the second thing. And marks will follow. If you read for marks, it's a headache and you don't enjoy, you won't remember. So you should have love to learn. That is more important than getting marks because that will remain with you forever. This is second point I want to tell. First one is you should be bold enough to ask questions. Should not worry what others will talk. They may say, oh, look at her. She doesn't even know this one. Let them tell. They also may not know. They will keep quiet. Second thing is you should love your subject and understand and learn for it. Third one is try, because the schools like yours are open with so many, because I saw Rakhi Mukherjee's background and all. You people have such a good exposures you have, and you have gone up to Delhi and got the award from Abdul Kalam. So you have so much exposure. Kindly use every exposure for your benefit. Every exposure for your benefit. When you are in school, please understand you have a lot of advantage. You don't have any financial burden, your parents will take care. And you have teachers who will teach you. You don't have any responsibility that you have to earn money. So when you are in such a school where you have so many opportunities, a debate, it may be drama, it may be NCC, it may be meeting a president, it may be something, which is something new ideas. Please participate. The more open you are, much better for you in real life. Yeah, in real life. And if you don't use this opportunity, then it becomes very difficult for you later you to get one of them. There are many schools that are not open in all the. Rigveda says, which is written 5,000 years back, it says, let all noble thoughts come from all direction. I don't care from which source it comes, which direction it comes, it doesn't matter. But let it come from all direction and we must learn from that. I want to give one example. When I was a young girl and later I joined engineering college, I did not have a ladies' toilet. Okay, you must have read How to Beat Boys. But I said it doesn't matter. You should have perseverance in life. In life, if you take up something, you have to perceive it, not I get bored. Because the attention span of children now, it has reduced a lot due to a lot of distraction. So you must have that habit of perseverance. I will do it. I will do it. Okay, that's very, very important. Next point I want to tell you, please develop the habit of reading. Many children say, oh, we get bored. I said, if you have books, then you will never get bored. To have books, you should read. Okay, I'm sure your school has a fantastic library. Kindly make use of it.
Thank you, ma'am. There were such strong messages in this beautiful conversation which we had. You touched upon very beautifully the FOMO concept, fear of missing out, which the current generation is so scared of. You told them to be bold, pamper their curiosity, internalize learning, and every experience is a learning experience, cash on it. Beautiful. That's an amazing message and a very important takeaway. Ma'am, here in this live session, we have quite a few students who blog, who write, who have published stories and poems. These students are blessed to have role models like you. What's your message to the parent community in supporting these young and budding writers?
Are parents participating in this?
Yes, parents are also a part of this.
Okay, then I want to tell parents certain tips to them. If your child is writing, please encourage. Like, my mother was a school teacher. And whenever, weekend, in those days, we never had this kind of money what children have today. But weekend, she will take to a small place for an outing, a temple, somewhere. And when I used to come back, my mom will tell me, Sudha, you write what you have seen. And like any other child, I was lazy. I said, I will write tomorrow. Then she said, okay, you write tomorrow. Then you'll have lunch tomorrow. No dinner tonight. I used to get so much upset. Why? But she got me a great habit. She said, number one, when parents say something, it has an important meaning. When teacher says something, there's an important message. She made me to write, every time I used to fight with her, but I used to write 25 lines. I went to the temple, I saw this one, I saw that, we had a good time. Whatever it is, I was someone 7, 8 years old, okay? Then it became my habit of writing. Wherever I go, I'll come back and write. Wherever I go, I'll come back and write. Like a diary kind of, I went on writing. This habit of writing made me actually a writer later. I really give all this credit to my mother, who made me to express my emotions in the form of letters. Like a good rain, I remember. When it was raining, I told my mother, what can I write today? I didn't go out. She said, write about rain. Then I told what I felt when it rained. The smell of the mud was so good. When it rained, I felt all the leaves were taking bath and shivering. This is my imagination. When it was rain, I felt it. The saplings are dancing. See, these are all things I went on observing. For example, in those days we did not have TV, etc. Anything Mahabharata and Krishna or Ramayana they tell, we had a great imagination. Like my mother will tell, okay, you describe Krishna, then I will write about Krishna. I have never seen today, when I tell my child, okay, write about Krishna, he writes about Nitish Bharadwaj or Sarvadaman Banerjee, who became Krishna on screen. So I used to write about Krishna, whom I have never seen, but I have heard through these verses or the stories. Shamtakaram, Bhujagashayanam, Padmanabham, Suresham, Vishwadharam, Gaganasadrisham, Meghavarnam, Shubhangam, Lakshmi Kantam, Kamalanayanam, Yogivi Dhyanagamyam. Oh Krishna, you had a Shamala Varna. That means you are dark. You have beautiful eyes. I've never seen. But when I read something, it was described like that. You have a very nice and happy face. Shantakara. And, so describing Krishna itself was an essay of 45 to 50 lines. Please, parents, I want to tell, when your children say, I get bored, tell them to write something. Your children say, I want some new clothes, don't buy. Let them wait. Whatever they want, if you buy right now, they will not value it in life, and they will also lose the great habit, patience. Patience is one thing which is vanishing nowadays. People are like button dabao aata hai, like computer culture. You press something, you get something. No, parents are not that buttons. When the children press, I want a cycle, then you will bring a very nice, buy a cycle with a gear cycle. I want one dress, then you will buy 4 dresses. Okay, because number one, economically, families are well off because both parents are working nowadays. Number two, number of children have been less. So children are pampered. You should pamper children when they do good things, but not to the material. Not to the material. More the material you give them, their patience level comes down. So you say, okay, he says, buy me some dress. I said, okay, I will buy you for Diwali. I will buy you for your birthday. I will buy you for some occasion. Not he asked today, tomorrow morning you'll bring it. Don't do that. Second thing, this is a COVID year. You discourage your children to celebrate their birthdays. You tell, beta, this year is the COVID. There are so many people, they lost their jobs. You can go and see in Bombay, I know in Bangalore, many shops are being closed. And your own domestic help, her children are suffering. So I rather, if you are spending 5,000 rupees for birthday, this year you spend 500 rupees. I will not say no. You buy some cake, sweets, or whatever one is in 500 rupees, distribute in your class. But remaining money, you should give it to our maid servants, child's education, or someone who is poorer than us, who requires money. Please help. This is the best way you can celebrate your birthday. Please introduce them compassion in a very young age. And you have to show it. It is not Sudha Murthy has to come and tell. You mothers, you parents have to show it. Lead by example. You don't buy any new dress and tell your child, I have not bought any dress. I have sacrificed. You also sacrifice. The real role models are parents, not Sudha Murthy. Children will absorb what parents do. So I want to tell you, don't buy too many things to your children. And tell them to make a little bit of household work, making their bed. cleaning their plates, keeping their room clean. And in case you are working, little bit of help the children should do, because this is the best way they should get involved. Don't buy the moment they ask.
Ma'am, the more I listen to you, the more I'm falling in love with you. You are touching on such strong terms with such simple language. You are speaking about instant gratification. These are the things we keep on telling our parents. You are talking so beautifully about compassion, and very rightly said, lead by examples. And what you were telling about birthday celebration, I had read somewhere, it's the same thought you had put in your son when you were talking to him about birthday celebration. So parents, I think that's some words of wisdom which you should not be missing out. Mrs. Murthy, along with the parents and students, I have the entire teaching community who are live listening to us. And you being a teacher yourself, you know that this profession is so dynamic, right? The teachers have brought a revolution in the teaching and learning process, especially during the COVID times, otherwise as well. So if you could share a message of inspiration or encouragement to all the teachers here.
See, I come from a teaching family. My grandfather was a high school teacher. My mother was a school teacher. Then my father was a professor and a doctor in a medical college. My brother is a professor at Caltech. My sister is a professor at Bangalore Medical College. And I'm married also into a teaching family. My father-in-law was a school teacher. My brother-in-law is a professor at the university. My sister-in-law is a high school teacher. So, for teaching, and I myself teach. I taught computer science for a long time, and nowadays I don't get time that much. But, I'm a teacher at heart, okay? One of my book actually are dedicated to my students, because I also learned a lot from my students, okay? I told my students, look, teachers, I want to tell you a few things. Number one, gone were the days where we knew everything and students did not know. Today, because of thanks to internet, Wikipedia, students probably know a little bit more than us, in a wrong way also at times. They read. In case they read, they have the knowledge. My students also were very smart. I used to tell them, look, children, you are very smart. You have read before me. But there is a difference between you and me. My hair is gray and yours is not. My hair has gone gray, not just like that. It has gone over a period of time, understanding the importance of failure and understanding the importance of success, and that is called experience. And this experience, I will tell you in 3 words. Experience is the best teacher, but extremely expensive teacher. Okay? So teacher who is experienced will teach you without that expense. That's the reason you should respect teachers. Okay? I said, why you should respect me? Because I have a lot of experience, which you don't have. You may have knowledge, but I have experience and knowledge. For that, you should respect me. Second thing, I used to tell my students, I treated them like my own children. Look, when I teach, some of the students, they are very sharp, they will grasp. Some student will not be able to. Ma'am, you are repeating. I said, yes, I'm paid here, not for the students who understand in a first instance, but I'm paid to the last child who will say, I have understood. People who are not interested can keep your ears, closed, but I'm going to teach or repeat for to the last minute, at the last fellow has understood. Third one, when students ask questions, sometimes I never understood. I never had the answer. So I never lied to them. Oh, this is the answer. I said, beta, I don't have an answer now. I will think over it. I'll get back to you tomorrow. I will read, counsel, then ask some people, and then get the solution. Next day, even though there is 9 o'clock is some other class is there, I will request them, the new teacher, 5 minutes you give me. I just want to tell my answer and go to my class. I was extremely honest with my students. Number 4, it did not matter to me whose children they were. I told them, your father may be President of India, but as long as I am concerned, you are my student. And the Indian philosophical hierarchy, Indian society hierarchy, a teacher is the 3rd most respected person in a society. Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava. Acharya means a teacher. A teacher who has a magic wand can change your life. I have a responsibility to change you. Sometimes parents will come and tell you are very strict with, sometimes I was very strict. I said, if you're not done homework, stand outside. Even for MBA class, I used to do. You're not done homework, stand, no fee or no punishment. The punishment is you stand outside. So MBA people used to get really upset. Ma'am, we are MBA. I said, then you have more responsibility, no? So whose son you are is immaterial to me. I said, don't tell your surname or father's name. Only tell your first name. And I will call you by your first name. Don't bring any pressure. And again, no penalty. I never used to take penalty in terms of money. I said, no penalty for me in my subject. Okay, I rather put you out of the class. End of the year, we used to get attendance shortage, which is a lot more in colleges. Okay, parents will come. Said, ma'am, please consider he's your son. And the mother will always tell. I said, no, if it's my son, no, I would have made him to repeat this year. Okay. And at the end, I never detained anybody. I used to give, but I will really ban parents also, saying that it is not just you cook and give him food and give him a bike, and where he goes, when he comes, if you don't understand, then you are not done the duty of parents. You should know what your child is doing. If the child is not doing well, come to college, meet us. I'm ready to meet you people. And I will tell you where your child is, what your child is doing. And, I always believed parents should have a meeting with teachers and accept what teacher says. And it is not like, your child is not good means they get offended. No, yes, my child is not good. That's the reason I've come. Tell me where to improve. And in case you tell anything to my child, I will not get upset. And I told, if you are going to interfere in my work, then I don't want this child in my class, because I want to teach them Sama, Danda, Veda, whatever is there. I said, I'll give them double homework, okay? I will not take them to college excursion, do all this kind of small punishment. But ultimately, you should love them. You should love your students. I loved my students and my own children. Once the children love teachers, then they love the subject. That I noticed. For computer science class, there is 110% attendance, because other class students also will come. For next class, there will be 70% attendance. They will run away. So those teachers used to get upset with me. I said, no, there is a technique in teaching. When they are right, you should encourage. When they are wrong, you should mildly punish. Ultimately, you should look after them. They're like your own children. And you have every right to tell them they are wrong, and to their parents. Don't care what their parents are. Only first name I want. Then 1 hour class, 45 minutes I used to teach. And 15 minutes I used to tell a story. A story related to the subject. And I meet my students after many years. They have become very successful entrepreneurs now. I ask them, Beta, I taught you C++, Java, this, that, database management. Which one do you remember? They said, ma'am, none of them I remember. We remember your beautiful stories at the end, which has changed our lives. So connect them with a real incident, real stories. Come prepared to the class and enjoy. Oh, I didn't get a job anywhere, I become teacher. No, enjoy every moment when you are with children. My husband Narayan used to ask me, I meet all big leaders in life, but why you are happier than me? I told, the reason is I'm a teacher. My students are young. I vibrate with them. My frequency is same as my students, though my hair is gray. So I'm always evergreen. Whereas you are in business, you meet another person with a business attitude, profit and loss. For me, always profit, because they are my students. They do better than me, I'm happy. Because the famous saying Drona says in Mahabharata, a great Acharya, great Drona, he says, my greatest desire in life is let my student be better than me. Shishya ichet parajayam. My defeat should come through my student. I should be known as I am Arjuna's guru. Then Arjuna is Drona's Shishya. So I always feel if my students do very well, I feel so proud. I produced such a student, so mature, doing so well. And that is the profit, not the money what I got it. The profit of becoming teacher is somebody recognizing you. Oh, she is my teacher. She touched my life. That is the real profit in life. Even though I don't teach now, Teachers' Day, I'm flooded with even though nobody uses greeting cards, but I do get greeting cards because my students say email is not the correct way. We have to send a greeting card to madam. Even there are different corners of the world. And that day I feel I'm extremely happy. I say, God, thank you very much. Give me an opportunity to teach my children and they remember me. That's all I do.
Ma'am, I really understand why you would get 110% attendance in your class. You are full of lovely narratives, interesting, relatable, and the very important messages you gave the teaching community. You know, a teacher at heart. Be respectful, be honest, and very importantly, be a lifelong learner. And I am picking up one important trait, which I am going to emphasize to all my staff, is that teaching should be a matter of choice, not by chance. That's amazing. That's a wonderful pointer I am registering right now. And finally, I can't resist asking you, ma'am, what are you writing next?
Well, this year I have 2 books have come. One is that Finding Love, Gopi story. Other one is a children book I wrote in Corona time. So next year I'm going to get Gopi book 3. That is my next year. Next year plan. Next year means end of this year or something. Gopi part 3. Okay. And teachers, you should know one shloka I will tell you from Mahabharata. Somebody asked Acharya Drona, oh Drona, after all you are, somebody asked Arjuna, oh Arjuna, you are the mighty one. You are a handsome prince. You are a very rich man. You are Savyasachi because both hands he could do. You are Gudakesha, that means even in the night, and he can, without seeing, he can use his bow and arrow. And you have 11 names, Kiriti, Vijaya, Dhananjaya, etc. Look at your teacher Drona, thin, old man, not having money, but still you sit below his feet and obey whatever little bit he tells. You listen to him. Tell me, why do you do that? You don't have to. He says, Arjuna says, look, in this life, nadhana, it is not money, it is not rupa, it is not yauvana, it is not kanaka, that means gold, it is not the kingdom which lives with you forever. It will be lost in a period of time. Nothing stays with you forever. What stays with you forever is knowledge. This knowledge nobody can steal. It will not disappear. It will not diminish. Knowledge has another criteria. The more you give, the better you are. First year as a teacher, you are not really good. Second, you are better. Third, you are the best. Subsequent year, you are the masters. The more and more you give, you become better and better in that. And that's the reason the teachers are the richest people in terms of knowledge. And I salute them. So I sit under the richest man. Please remember, the day you stop learning new things, teachers, you are no longer a teacher. A teacher is the one who should go on learning new things. A hunger for learning is the person who is a teacher, not BA, BEd, MA, MEd. No, I don't believe. The person who has hunger to learn, again, a person who has hunger to distribute it, not that I will keep it with me, is the teacher. Otherwise, a teacher never gets promotion. A child will, from 3rd standard, the child will go to 4th, 4th to 5th. The child gets promotion, but I am a teacher on 3rd standard only. Only my promotion is through knowledge. So, prepare and go to class. Okay, don't look down upon the same thing I'm teaching. Every year, different techniques. Every year, different examples. Every year, different stories. And make it everything as much as possible, not as a sermon, like a dialogue. Children will love you.
Thank you, ma'am. We are already falling in love with you again and again. Okay, so Manish, I'm through with my questions. I think we could take the student community here at this point, and you can carry on with the session. I'm muting myself.
Shrikant, are you there?
Yes, yes. So, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Yes, and it's an honor again to meet you. Now, without further ado, I request Mahiri Shah to ask a question.
Fine. I want to see the child. I want to see the child's face.
Yes.
Yes.
Mahiri?
Yes.
Beta, where are you, beta?
Yeah, it's
Yes,
good.
she's
You
here.
seeing it?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Right.
Do you have a dog, child? My child? Do you
I
have
do
a dog?
not. I do not, but I would love to have a dog.
Yeah, your mommy agrees.
She doesn't. She thinks that I will not be able to take care of it.
Try to take care of it. Actually, a dog will make you responsible. You have to take care, not put it on mom. You should take him for a walk or her for a walk, look after him, and you will learn responsibility. So tell your mom, I will promise, I will take responsibility and have a dog. Okay, tell
I
me.
actually have been trying to convince her for years, but let's see. I'll try to convince her more, I guess.
Do well in your school, in everything. Then you tell your mother, I don't want anything for this birthday. I want a dog.
Yes.
I will tell you how to blackmail your mom like this. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Tell me,
what my
Beta.
question to you is, like, what gave you the idea of writing this book series based on the perspective of your dog, Gopi? And do you have like any personal emotions attached?
Gopi?
Yeah, to Gopi.
Gopi is 100% attached to me.
Okay.
He's Ajit's dog. So actually, he's downstairs. I called him today. Gopi, you come. Girls can see you. But you know, some newcomer has come to repair in our garden something. So he's more interested in that. So he has gone that end. Gopi is 100% my dog. And you know, when he's happy, he comes. When he's sad, he comes. And you know, he wants, you know, and he wants to show. He comes and says, "Okay, touch me." And caress me or something, you know, I do that one. Then he wants to thank me and he licks my face here or licks my hand, saying thank you. Gopi is very much emotionally attached to me.
I would, based on what you're saying,
Yes.
I would love to have a dog. I really have to convince my mom.
Yeah. Okay. Next question, please.
Yeah, wonderful. Ma'am, before that, we have a lot of students. When you talked about dogs and if students did have dogs, we have a lot of students who come with their dogs.
No,
So
I
can
want
we
to see
see
them.
them?
I want to see them.
Yeah.
Let me see,
Preeti,
beta, all your dogs. Let me see. What will do?
So we have Ahan, we have Param, we have Ridan, we have Amaya, Aradhya, Advik, and Aradhya Verma again. So Preeti,
No, you show me. Where is your dog? Where is your dog?
so if you could show your dogs, all of you.
Will you show me your dog? Hello? Tell her to unmute. Anyone you take and
Show the dog in front of the screen, in front of the camera, please.
Yes, if all of you could show your dogs in front of the camera.
I want to see them.
Show it to mom. Ma'am.
Sana Kapoor has a dog.
Show me your dog. One by one, you show me your dog.
Ahan Gupta.
Miss, I don't have a dog.
I have. Kanishk is showing.
Show me. Show me. Let him come here.
Preeti, I think we should have a gallery view so that, you know, man can
Yeah,
take a look at all this.
You lift your dog and show me.
All of you, just show your dogs to ma'am. I think we are on gallery view.
No, I can't see. I can see only.
Ma'am, could you turn on your gallery view on your screen?
Yeah. Gallery view. Yeah. Let me see the dogs. Who have the dogs? I saw here. Kanishka. Yeah, this is this dog I saw. My God. Sana Kapoor I saw. Kanishka, I saw a dog. Then
Advik.
who else? Here is
Advik
one.
has got a dog. Advik
where?
Baba.
You lift your dog and I can see. Kanishka I saw. Sana Kapoor I saw. Only two I have seen. Here one I saw. What's the name?
Arav Shegil.
That is Jain. Dravya Jain. I saw the dog. Then who is this?
Advik has got a dog.
Okay. Rahi Mehta. This one also I saw. Lots of dogs I can see. Bobo, will say. Yeah. Okay. Very nice dogs you have. Very nice dogs. Nice. It's so nice to see them. But unfortunately, our Gopi is not here. He's not coming up. Though I told him come. Ahana, do you have a dog? Okay. Arvind Narang has a dog, I think. Yeah, Arvind, let me see your dog.
Arvind, please unmute yourself.
Yeah, ma'am. I'm a really big fan. So I've read many of your books. They actually inspired me to write my own novel, which I'm currently working on. So I don't really have a dog, but so we have many street dogs down. So I feed one dog.
At least look after them.
Yes, miss, that's what I do. So I feed one dog. So she's just given birth to a few, puppies, but some died and there's only one left. So I just play with him every day, and now I've taught him to jump and sit. And I would really like, to show you him, but he's just down and I can't show.
Okay, don't worry. Look after him. Look after him very well. Put a belt, get him vaccinated. That is important. Children, if you have dogs, it is a lot of work. It is not like simple having a dog and fun is one thing. Oh my God, this is a nice dog. Who is this? White dog.
Amaya. Amaya.
Yeah, white and black. Rahi Mehta is white and black. I think. No, white and black. White dog. Yeah.
My name is Advika, sir.
Advika, okay. And
can you show your dog, Advika?
It's a Cocker Spaniel, actually.
My God. Very nice, very nice. So all kids, I want to tell you, if you want to have a dog, then you have a lot of work, but a lot of joy also. You have to get vaccinated. Then you have to give them food. Then the dog may have sometimes ticks. You have to give them shampoo bath. Then you have to take them for a walk. And you are in a Bombay place where the area is limited for walking, but at least in the night you should take him out. Early morning you should take her out or whatever it is. Then you should have responsibility of feeding him everything. Not your mom will do all the time. Mom is very busy. So you take care. In case you don't have dogs, then I want to tell you, you have a street dog, call them, give them food at least. Do something. You don't have street dogs, then I want to tell you, go to a shelter with your mom weekend and feed the dogs and come back. At least you have to do all those things. Is it okay? All dogs are very sweet, very nice, very lovable. And I understand, you all like dogs. It is such a nice thing. Actually, dogs make you so much human, and animal cruelty will reduce if you love animals. That's one thing. And again, it makes you very nice feeling you get. You come and hug. Your stress will disappear. They are like for mothers, it is a child. For you people, it's like a sibling. Okay? Enjoy your dogs. Okay, now questions. You give me questions.
Yes, ma'am. Wonderful thoughts. Before we go to the next question, I just would like to, inform all the students that in the video that we'd seen during the presentation, along with Gopi, the other dog in the crutches.
I want to tell about it. See, my son Rohan got married last year, 2 years back. And that time he said, I asked him, what do you want? What gift do you want for marriage? And I asked his bride Aparna also. They said, we don't want any gift from you. Instead, we will go to shelter, and there is a dog which has 3 legs, 1 leg amputated. Another dog has 2 legs. Somebody hit him at the back and he lost his 2 legs. And we want to adopt them from the shelter. And that's the best gift you can give it to us. So I got those 2 dogs and gifted them. And the dog with the 3 legs is known as a Hari. The dog with 2 legs and who runs with the wheels is known as a Nandi. And I was a little worried that Gopi will not like when the new dogs will come. But to my surprise, Gopi enjoyed their company. And enjoying their company, Gopi loves paneer a lot. Okay, when I say paneer, he raises his ears and looks either side where the paneer is. So sometimes nowadays I told Paneer. Even there I said Pan, he understands that now. So when I gave paneer block to Gopi, and he doesn't have hand, no, Gopi has only 4 legs. He took from his mouth and went and threw in front of Nandi and Hari, so that he wanted they should eat paneer. Gopi is an animal. He is a dog. He cannot speak. But he understood the other 2 dogs have come. He should share what he has the best. He had the paneer. He took from his teeth and dropped in front of Nandi. Another piece he dropped in front of Hari, though he loves paneer. He taught me the lesson that sharing is caring. Kids, don't fight with your siblings. Please share everything. A place like Bombay, you can't say, I want one special room. You two together will get one room. Okay, sharing is caring. Arnav Shetty and his sister are there. Don't fight. Two together, you share a room, share your toys. Okay, but don't share your homework. You do your homework separately. Yes, beta.
Yes,
Yes.
that line
So
was
the-
very important. That last line, ma'am. Sharing of homework not acceptable.
Yeah.
So the next question is Neil Tanna. Neil, please unmute yourself.
So good morning, ma'am. It's a privilege to be talking to and
Where are
asking
you? Where are
my
you? Where are you?
question.
Raise your hand. I will see.
Ma'am, you'll have to shift to the previous view.
I will go to previous view. Okay. I can see him. Tell me, beta. Hello. Unmute and tell.
Please unmute yourself, Neil.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, it's a pleasure to be talking to you and asking you a question. You're one of my favorite authors. I've read your books throughout my childhood. So we
You are
all know
still
that.
child. Beta, you're still a child.
Yes, ma'am. So dogs can't talk, but the expressions are always more than enough to convey the emotions and feelings. How has Gopi influenced your life or made you think about something in a whole new way through a different perspective?
See, I grew up with dogs when I was a child. So I know what dogs mean. I know their languages. Like, when stranger comes, he barks in a different way. When he wants paneer, he does queen and all. And something hits him, then how he cries. And when he's very happy, gurr, he does. That kind of gurr I know. And when he's sleepy, his eyes will become red. And when he's naughty, his eyes will become white. When he's normal, he's white, either brown. So I know all these things. And Gopi has brought tremendous joy in my life because in COVID time, I'm 70 years old, I can't go out. There's no vaccination. So Gopi was my great companion. So it was such a joy for me getting up with Gopi, then talking to Gopi, taking him walk. We have a small garden inside. Gopi will come with me for a walk, then giving him a bath, and every day I will tell a story to Gopi. I don't know how much he will understand. And playing with Gopi, hide and seek. I used to play hide and seek. Gopi here, I should say, and I should hide. So he will search whole house. He always kept me in a positive thinking and happy mood. So I learned a lot from Gopi and I enjoy his company. Actually, now after the vaccination is over, I'm supposed to go abroad, but now I'm thinking of reducing number of days there because it's so difficult for me to leave Gopi and go. It has become so much, part of my life now. Yes, next question.
Yes. We have Aditya who would like to ask a question. Aditya, please unmute yourself.
Good afternoon, ma'am and respected principal. Ma'am, I have been an avid reader of your books and I'm extremely happy to meet you today.
Thank you. God bless you.
Ma'am, I have a question for you. Your book and chapter titles are extremely captivating. Please do share how you think of such beautiful titles.
Writing is one thing, getting a title is another thing. So what I do when I read, when I write, I'll keep quiet for some time. Then I will say, what is the key word in this? What is the key word in this? I take some time on that. Then I will list. I have a wonderful editor, Shruti Khurana, and she comes with her titles. We keep all the titles and go on discussing. Then we get that. Actually, that is very important. What the books can convey, the title should convey that. Thank you. Thank you for your compliments. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. I think that should actually inspire the students because choosing the right title is a big question, isn't it? Is a big challenge, in fact. So we have Jay. Jay, please ask a question and please unmute yourself.
Hello, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm a really big fan of yours and
I thought you were my air conditioner. Tell me.
Ma'am, I've read so many of your books like How I Taught My Grandmother to Read, Wise and Otherwise, The Day I Stopped Drinking Milk. Ma'am, they've really created an indelible impact. So, ma'am, my question to you is that when and how did it strike you to write about all these events that have happened in your life? And also, ma'am, in one of your story, how to be the boys. Ma'am, you've talked about all your struggle as the only girl child in the college and all the hardships that you faced. Other than struggle, ma'am, what do you think is the other important quality that can drive one to success?
Uh, See, I used to write even in a college, etc. But I started writing a lot more when I became a chairman of Infosys Foundation, because my experience became vast and large and big canvas. So all my experiences, I thought everybody will not have such experiences, so I should bend down. And that's the reason I wrote The Old Man and His God, Wise and Otherwise, The Day I Stopped Drinking Milk, 3,000 Stitches. They are my experiences in Infosys Foundation. Okay. Now, other question you asked me about why do I write, or what is that other one you asked me?
Ma'am, as you've mentioned in how to beat the boys about
Okay.
your
How to beat the boys. It was not easy when I look back. In 1968, is almost 32 plus 21, is 53 years back. When I joined engineering college, there are no ladies' toilet. Boys were not to, they were not to, they were not keen to have a girl in the class. The teachers were not keen, and society at large was not keen, because they all thought, if you want to do engineering, then you must be a boy. You should not be a girl. Girl cannot do engineering. And when I joined, first semester, I was finding it hard, in the sense there was no support. But I said I had a passion to do that. Once I did my first semester, I stood first. Then I realized it's a myth that only boys can do engineering. Girls can do. Actually, girls can do better. I showed it. So nothing like success. After that, I became so confident, and I could do very well. But it was not an easy job. For 8 semesters, you are all alone. But passion to do one, and perseverance to excel, and completing the course was the main reason I could do. And that's the reason I wrote How to Beat Boys. Okay.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was a dream for me right now talking to you.
Thank you.
Yes, and the next question is from Heer. Heer, please unmute yourself.
Yes, good morning, ma'am. I'm Heer Mehta from grade 9. It's an honor to be here today. So, ma'am, you write books about abiding by the law of using a simple language. It conveys your message to a wider audience, and moreover, your thoughts are portrayed just as clearly. I myself, as a blogger, am quite curious to know, how do you manage your reader? How do you manage to make your reader literally imagine themselves in the place of the character?
I don't make an effort. That is, my style of writing is like that. Like, I assume if you're reading, okay, then how I'm talking to you, I have to tell you, is there's a red ball, okay? Or then I said there's a red ball, then you don't understand. There's a ball which was red in color, which was this size, and where it was kept, why it was kept. The way I talk, the same way I write. And that's the reason my English is not that great, or it requires a dictionary, or it is a very high classical level of English. It is like vernacular people talking English, and also housewives talking English, or it is like what you talk, you get it. Very honest way of writing. And that's what most people like, because if you look at the Indian English-speaking Indians in our country, it's the inverted bell shape. Some people have extremely high level English, Victorian English, classical English, and for them this is not a great thing. Some people just cannot understand English, but most people in between the bell-shaped curve are like me, who'd love to read, love to understand simple sentences without the help of dictionary. And that is the way I speak and I write, and that has become popular.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a very strong message. Since you are a budding writer, just take it down that your writing should relate to the audience. That's what Mrs. Murthy is saying. So much of humility in what she just spoke. Amazing.
It is not to show my scholarship. It is not to show I'm better. It is convey to others what I want to tell. That is important.
Beautiful thoughts.
Ma'am, there is a student, Aaron, who says that the student wants to show you a rabbit. Can I just bring Aaron in, if you
please,
permit?
Please. Always students are very important to me. Very
Aaron,
important.
Aaron, please unmute yourself.
Hello,
And if you
Miss.
can.
It is a pleasure to meet you today.
Beta, I want to see your face first.
My camera is
Ah.
on.
Ah.
Yeah, we
It's
can
a
see
dog.
you.
It's a dog. A rabbit.
Rabbit.
Even I had a rabbit when I was young. What's the name of your rabbit?
Rainbow.
Rainbow. My rabbit, it was Rosie. My rabbit was Rosie. Let me see. It's so fair, so nice, and so.
He just took a
cute.
bath right now.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, male or female?
So my question is that how did you get Gopi's name?
How do I get?
Gopi's name, your dog's name.
Okay, when Gopi came to our house, everybody wanted to give different name. For example, my son Rohan said we'll call circuit, we'll call network. He's a computer engineer. I said, what is this? This is a part of our family. Suppose I have a child, grandchild at home. Do I call a grandchild circuit, network? I will not. Electricity, computer, I will not call. I said the name should be simple. Name should be only with the two letters in English or in Kannada, and it cannot be modified. Like, if you have, my previous dog was Raja. Sometimes, when Raja will trouble me, I said Raji, I used to call. I said, I want this time, I can't even modify the name. Then I got anything ending with E is easy, you can't modify. If you are Sudha, then you can make Sudhi. If you are Aaron, you can Arani. But if it's Gopi, you can't do anything. If it is Hari, you can't do anything. If it is Nandi, you can't do anything. So we named our dogs Gopi, Nandi, Hari. And I have a granddaughter by the name Krishna. She is the one, she said, I am Krishna, I want Gopi. I said, fine.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This one is very cute. Very cute. Very nice.
I think Arav Shetty, ma'am, they are with the siblings there. So I'd request Arav to unmute.
Let them come. Let them, both of them come.
Yeah. Please unmute yourself, Arav, and also introduce your sister. And I think the parent also is.
Yeah, in general, no. I want to be very informal with all these people, okay? They're kids after all. Kids are flowers of God. So, Ara, what is your sister's name?
Sunny Shetty.
Yeah. So you speak Tulu at home?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. Tell me now. Do you fight? Both of you fight?
Yes.
Not much. Don't fight too much.
Enjoying your session.
Yeah.
Home.
Fight very little, not much. Okay, tell me the question now. Beta, any one of you can tell me the question.
How do you have so many ideas to make these books?
Yeah, I read a lot. A good writer should be a voracious reader also. A good writer should also be sensitive. Then only they can feel for others. Okay, but I read a lot. And you people should start reading now. Do you read or no? No.
Arnav has read 9 books of yours.
And what about you?
I will read now. He gave me 2 books.
You are older to him?
Huh?
Are you older to him?
Yes.
Then you read 11 books.
I'm his cousin.
Doesn't matter. Cousin is as good as your own. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, read 11 books then.
Okay. Give me now.
Thank you. Thank you, Beta. Okay.
Wow. Ma'am, the next question is from Prisha Bogani. So she says, Dear Sudha ma'am, I'm reading as it is. The question is, Dear Sudha ma'am, I've read a number of your books. I find them very interesting. I'm 12 years old and have also attempted my hand at a couple of stories, poems, and blogs. My question to you is, what is the key to connect with the readers and indulge them into the stories so well as your books do? And what should be done at our age to develop writing skills further? There are 2 questions.
Yeah, the 2 questions. First, you should read a lot. More than writing, you should read a lot. When you read a lot, you know different styles of writing, different way of writing, when you have to make a paragraph, which is quote, which is unquote. So we have to read a lot. Second thing is, what is the first question that you should... First question I didn't...
Yes, ma'am. The question is, what is the key to connect with the readers and indulge them into the stories so well as your books do?
No, I won't make you write the stories. They get into that. You make the story simple and you make stories innovative, and keep the whatever they keep always a secret that we should not open. It should come only at the last para, so that people go on reading at last they come to know. So these are the tricks normally we use, and describe not too much, not too little, in between. So there are many ways to do that one. So you have to read a lot and you have to experiment a lot. There is one, somebody has written to me, Miss, I have 8 dogs, 5 are puppies, and I have only 1 in my house. I have 7 dogs in my farmhouse. Congratulations. It is Rizan Joshi. Congratulations. Okay. Please look after them. That is more important.
Yeah. One another question is from Mr. Sagar. Sagar, if you could unmute yourself and ask.
Hello, good morning, ma'am. It's an absolute pleasure.
That's the parent.
Honor speaking to you.
Parents, namaste.
Namaskar, madam. We from Kulkarni aaye, and it's great to know that you are Kulkarni.
I was also Kulkarni before my marriage. Yeah. Tell me, Kulkarni to Kulkarni. Tell me.
Yeah. I'm shivering right now.
Why? Am I looking like a bhoot or somebody?
No,
you are shivering. I'm an ordinary person.
Communicating with you, I think, is a dream come true for all of us. So that's true right now.
Absolutely.
Nothing like that. Tell me.
Well, ma'am, the lockdown has been a very, very unpredictable, very difficult period for all.
Yes. Especially in Bombay. Especially in Bombay. Yes.
Especially the old and the very young. The kids have never experienced such thing. So it tends to make it even more difficult, to hang on to their studies. And they already have tantrums of their own as per changing times in regular days itself. But this has been even more difficult. So, how can the children, on their own tune in and be a bit more responsible towards their studies?
Studies, Mr. Kulkarni, study is not the only thing in life. Things are bad because some people are economically affected. At least you people have a salaried people, so you may not have much problem. Some people are mentally affected because the families have been broken in so many houses. Okay, study is not the only thing. You parents have to spend a lot more time in lockdown, making them, to keep them occupied and tell them some household work also. Imagine if you find it difficult to cope up with your children work, how the teachers must be doing it in school. It is a hard job. But no, please remember positive things. This is like a World War III. Okay, it's a World War III. It is not affecting only you, entire Mumbai, entire country, entire world. So you have to tell children, this too shall pass. Tell positive things, this too shall pass. This, don't think it's a bad experience, write it down. Later when you grow big, you can write, how I spent my time in a COVID time. I have 2 granddaughters. I tell them, when I call them on Zoom and tell them, beta, please write, how did you spend your time during COVID? Because later you can tell your children or others, there's once upon a time there was a COVID. In COVID it happened. Okay, so I made them to write how they felt it, and you have to spend a lot of time with them if you get time. Okay, even though you are frustrated, your child's frustration is 10 times more than yours. So if possible, if it is allowed, take them for a walk, tell a story, you read a story, sit with them. You have to work very hard in COVID time for them. There is no other shortcut. And always tell them positive things. Think positive, stay positive, and smile most of the time. Don't curse, don't talk negative, because already they are frustrated.
True.
I always tell my children, my grandchildren, some positive story, and I tell them, this too shall pass. So what? I have lost the battle, but I will win the war. Keep them positive all the time. Yeah.
One way my son tries to break free is through our dog, Boozy. We have a dog.
Yeah.
And
play with
he is a very big relaxation to us.
Yeah, dog is a great relaxation. So what is the time now? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. It's 12 o'clock. Now I request Rakhi ma'am to conclude, to help us conclude.
I'm very happy talking to students and seeing their dogs, pets, rabbits, brothers, sisters. It is always nice. Okay. Children are like my source of inspiration is like looking at children. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I mean, the kind of patience you have answering each and every question, calling out their names, it's simply adorable. Thank you so much.
I'm a teacher, Rakhi. I'm a teacher.
Teacher at heart.
That is our asset, is our student. Yes. Any teacher's asset is knowledge and students, nothing else.
That's what I tell my staff out here. This place, because of COVID, we are missing our students. Students, since you're listening to me, we are really, really missing you so very much. You know, the place is not breathing anymore the way it used to in the last academic year. So I hope the COVID vanishes soon and you come back to us fast.
This too shall pass.
Yes, it will pass. Definitely. That's
okay. Russell Gandhi has asked me one question. I will answer, Papa. He's written, Miss, please, Miss, please. Have you met Ruskin Bond? Yes, I have met Ruskin Bond. Wow. Okay, Russell, are you happy? Okay.
And I think one of our also very, very favorite writers. Ma'am, I have just one. I know we are rushing with time. I have one staff out here who is a great dog lover, and she's listening to you right now, and she just wants to show her face to you and tell you how very happy she is to be a part. Bina, are you there? Can I take you in? Bina, are you there?
Yes, Miss, I'm there. Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you just show your dog? Ma'am is here. Mr. Murthy is here. Put your camera on. Show your dog.
I think we'll have to put ma'am on spotlight. So, Rakhi ma'am, if you could spell ma'am's name so that, you know, we could
Bina Degadwala. Bina, you've logged in through your name?
Yes, I think.
Yes, Miss.
Yes, yes.
If you can put
Bina.
Here is Waffle. This is a mix of Pug and Lhasa, ma'am. I'm so happy to hear your thoughts about.
It's so cute. Your dog is very cute.
Yeah. Yeah, what's his name is Waffle.
How old is he?
He's 4.5 years old, ma'am.
Okay, tell me, Veena, your question.
And I really could connect with you when you were saying, no, ma'am, you know, how the lockdown passed away with so much of happiness, immense joy, no stress. He was a stress buster, ma'am. He is just my third child now, I can say. And you know, after getting him, how I connected with the stray dogs, how I take care of the stray dogs. And you know, even when I teach, you know, children will listen to him barking and they say, Miss, we want to see your dog. And they also so much enjoy. And I was also so happy talking to you, seeing all my students, you know, Jay tha, then there was Aaron here. We are blessed, ma'am, to talk to you.
God bless you.
Thank you.
May God bless you, Bina.
Thank you, ma'am.
And my love to your dog. big hug to him. I can't hug him, so big hug on my hand. Okay, Rakesh, it was a nice session. I enjoyed. I wish I could have answered many more questions, but it comes to
right? Last part is that I just want to thank you. Words are not enough to express the experience I had interacting with you, and I'm sure the entire audience resonate the same, interacting with the most inspirational leader of the country, Mrs. Murthy. On behalf of Jiyopalni Education Society's Utpal Sangvi Global School and PPS International Junior College, I thank the simple and very charismatic Mrs. Murthy for your wonderful thoughts. We wish that you continue writing and helping us experience the lovely journey which you tread on, ma'am. And I immensely thank Manish and his entire team of Collins Publication for this wonderful session. Yes, Manish, take it on.
Thank you so much. On behalf of Manish and Collins, I'd like to thank Sudha Murthy ma'am and also Rakhi ma'am for helping us do this session. It's overwhelming. I mean, you know, we have 500 students over here, and we also have about 200 participants on Facebook on a Saturday afternoon, which otherwise is a weekend. So I think, ma'am, that is the immense love and respect they've got for you. Thank you so much. Please continue to inspire us. And with that, we wish all of you a happy weekend and also a happy year ahead. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.